Well, since I've got it pulled up, the Lara-Su character profile. This is maybe my favorite thing in the whole book. Actually, is the known family section for Lara-Su right here.
Yeah, I don't know if you get this. Sometimes, like, I'll read words, but they will just not latch into my brain.
Oh,
that was the experience I was having here. One thing that jumped out to me is it said House of Atreides for some of them. Not quite.
Like from
the
Dune. Yeah.
Yeah. Not quite, but...
Yeah, here it is. It's Atrades.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's about.
Yeah. Okay, and I mentioned context. We got a little bit of context by reading the Thanks Ken Penders review. So where we left off in our reading of the Archie stuff is like in the mid-30s. And a lot of what's in this book relies on extensive lore building that comes after that for like the next 10 years after what we've read. Like we haven't read any of the Knuckles solo series yet, which this is very derivative of.
Yeah, it's kind of... And you got to remember, like, we've turned away from the cover maybe 5 minutes ago, so maybe you forgot. This book is called Lara-Su Chronicles Beginnings.
Yeah.
So you'd think this would be Ken's opportunity to, like, provide a lot of context for what he's going into. And when I first got it, I thought we were going to get that with the 25 years later, but that just made it worse.
It did. Because that also is relying on a lot of context that we haven't read yet. Or I read a lot of it when I was a kid, but I don't remember this shit anymore. And like, as I was going through I was taking notes on the Mobius 25 years later, and every chapter I was writing down the names of characters that I didn't know, who I assumed were new characters to that story, but they're not. Like, for example, where is it? Lienda, who is like maybe Knuckles' evil cousin or something.
Yeah,
She's in this too, actually. That's what she looks like now. Much sexier.
Oh yeah, she's so hot. That dress with like the ab window. Ken's kind of, as we know, he's a progressive. He didn't want to do a boob window, but he wanted a window somewhere. So he kind of gave her this oval for her abdomen that has no belly button. And it gets me going. It really does it for me.
Yeah. Anatomy is a strange concept here. Oh, you know what? There's another nice picture of Lienda right there. What was that you were saying about him not wanting to show off her tits?
Well, it's not a window. That's the thing. He shows off plenty of tits in all of these, even in the old ones. Like,
oh yeah,
they go ham with the boobies. We get some feet too. We get not Sonic's feet. We get Sonic's son's feet.
Ugh. I hate his son, by the way.
His son sucks ass.
Yeah,
absolute ass.
Another character I didn't know, Mace. Mace is Knuckles' brother.
Yeah, he seems to get sidelined pretty bad. I don't remember him having anything to do with anything. Like, he was there.
I'm not sure that he did much, yeah. And there's also someone named Elias who comes up at some point. I didn't know who that was, but I think it's Sally Acorn's brother, Elias.
Yeah, I don't even remember that.
I'm not sure if he is part of the story at all, but he's mentioned. Okay, back to Lara-Su's known family. By the way, Lara-Su's character profile gets cut off partway through, and the last page of it is thrown in like several pages later. Actually, way back here, even after the special thanks and stuff.
Yeah, it's like the very last page.
He takes up so much space just listing all the Knuckles family tree that some shit gets put on like the back cover almost.
Yeah, he needed to just fucking draw a family tree. I don't know why he didn't just do that.
Right, which I'm pretty sure he had done before. Like, I've seen images going around online with like a crazy echidna family tree.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was like earlier in the series, so maybe it was out of date. Plus, he's got to get all the retcons in there and whatnot.
Right,
but all the more reason, because I don't think it's only the Lara-Su page that does this. Like, everyone has like a long-ass family paragraph, except for the human guy, I think.
Yeah, hers is the most egregious, but I mean, Jeffrey's got a pretty small family too, it turns out. Yes, our favorite character, the horny skunk, who is not Pepe Le Pew. He is Jeffrey St. John. He is still around in this future.
Yeah, and he's more disturbing, not only just as a character, but visually too. I think he's one of the more disturbing ones to look at.
Yeah. Actually, how are these characters related? It's so hard to remember any of this. Okay, looking at Lara-Su's known family. Okay, Lienda is her aunt. Okay. Lara-Su's mother is Julie-Su, and Lienda is the half-sister of Julie-Su. Okay?
Okay.
So that would mean that Lienda is sort of related to probably all of these people as well, right?
Yeah, and is her dad the orb? Or is that her grandfather?
I think it's her grandfather. And then her family section is this long. Much more manageable. So I think Ken sort of like realized, I can't just take up 100 pages with family shit. And this is Lara-Su's mother. Again, it's just like one paragraph. Still kind of egregious, but like,
yeah,
it's not an entire page of like biblical Old Testament just listing of, who begat who.
Yeah, and I mean, even still, like, there's got to be crossover in there.
So Lara-Su's known family, Caucus, also known by nickname acquired as a young lad due to the unusual bone structure of his hands, aka the Praetorian. So he can't say knuckles, but he can obliquely refer to it.
Yeah. This is another thing. Like, all of Ken's text sections, they suck so bad. He has these clumsy-ass sentences. He has one in Jeffrey St. John's section. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like the one who doth protest too much. And it's like a paragraph's worth of a sentence. I'm
looking at his history here. Look at that picture. That picture of him is so fucking funny.
Yeah. Ken's faces are fucking incredible.